We welcome those of you who just watched Georgia and South Carolina in a great game down south. Here, the first ever night game in Ann Arbor, Michigan, the home of the Michigan Wolverines.
Michael Floyd down here, Brent.
See if they want to throw the fade to him. They come back the other way for a touchdown, Notre Dame. And instead, they hit Theo Riddick for the score. So Floyd is used to occupy him on the left, and they come back and they hit number 6, Theo Riddick. So far, Tommy Rees has been very poised. Wood, touchdown, Notre Dame. Demonstrating poise beyond his years, running this offense. Wood, smacked that time. And Aaron Andrews, you have been watching defensive coordinator Greg Madison. How is he? He's an outstanding football coach. Better days ahead for this defense with him, believe me. 2nd down and 8 now, and Rees high. That's his worst throw and first incompletion of the night. And again, incomplete. And so 3 and out for the first time tonight for the sophomore from Lake Forest, Illinois, Tommy Rees. And Robinson breaks out against the defense to the 30-yard line. And a first down for the Wolverines. That one was a tough one.
Yeah, that's
2nd down, play action. Robinson incomplete through the receiver's hands. And it looked as though Roy Roundtree had a shot at that one. So far, he hasn't been able to go to his tight ends either. And now it is 3rd and 10 against the Irish D. Shaw, good receiver, slips out, but he's picked up. And now Robinson on the move. And from behind, he is crushed by Calabrese.
the nifty quarterback.
Wild, the freshman, punts again. Drives it back to Goodman. Goodman trying to get the left edge, and he will not get there. Thomas Gordon, the safety, makes a fine stop on a special team for the Wolverines. So he will be on the field for the 3rd and 9.
All alone at the bottom.
Now Reeves looks in the direction, fires to him, and it's intercepted at the 44-yard line. Tommy Reeves didn't see the double coverage coming, Herbie.
How about the job by Greg Madison this time on 3rd down with Jordan Kovacs, who's kind of his X factor on the defense when they try to disguise him. It looked like they were going to bring pressure. Here's Kovacs lined up right here, but he's going to sink into coverage, and the corner Floyd is going to drop. It surprises the quarterback Reese. Look at Kovacs. He gets out underneath it and does a good job. I don't think Tommy Reese ever even saw Kovacs, but it was all because Kovacs up tight, looked like he was in man-to-man, and as the ball is snapped, he jumped out to the flat and got underneath the throw.
2nd and 8. Play action. Robinson with lots of time. Going to go deep down toward the end zone. Caught at the 3. Hemingway reaches. Junior Hemingway has a touchdown. A brilliant play, and it began with Michigan's offensive line. 43 yards, and Hemingway with a tremendous scoring effort.
Well, Michigan needed a big play, not just to get on the board, but to spark this team. How about the offensive line that time? Giving Robinson all the time in the world, but really, to me, it was the adjustment. The ball is underthrown, and Junior Hemingway comes back. Bray never found the football, and he goes up, makes the play, and then the effort to try to reach for the pylon.
Does
push, gets open, and Reese finds him.
That's 100 yards for Floyd already. Reese rolls right, fires end zone into double coverage, and it's intercepted at the goal line by the Wolverines. That's their 2nd interception, and it snuffs a rally as Floyd came away with the pick at the goal line.
that it opens up so many different areas within this Michigan defense.
Now Rees from the gun puts it back in his playmaker's hands, and Floyd is the leading playmaker. So anybody preparing to face Notre Dame better be. Rees snaps the short pass off. Floyd again slips at about the 41-yard line, close to that. For Wood, stopped. Terrific defense by the Wolverines. Van Bergen, the defensive lineman, was in there helping to lead the charge. Ben Turk is in to punt, and Gallen is back deep.
Ben Turk in punt formation. Deep for Michigan, Joey Gallen.
Another low snap. Fielded. And a booming high punt. That was a terrific punt, especially under the circumstances. He didn't rush it. Still hung it high. 17-7, and we're going to show you a little bit of a controversy here, Herbie.
Yeah, you know, if this punter, Turk, actually had the football, he's bobbling the ball. His knee is down. If he had possession of that football when his knee is touching, it would have been Michigan's football right there, right at midfield, actually in plus territory. But instead, he was bobbling it. He gets the punt off, and now Michigan's back inside their 10.
And it's Denard Robinson keeping it himself, just what you said he should do. Make more plays, and he does indeed. So the Irish better get ready. Here comes number 16. That's 39 yards on that first down run.
And it's one of the few times Manti Te'o, the linebacker, number 5, will be right in the middle of your picture. Actually follows the back that time, Michael Shaw. Everybody followed the back. Great read on the read option. Of course, this is his comfort zone. He pulls it out, and he can get upfield in a hurry. They were at their own 10-yard line, and now they're at their own 49-yard line, just like that.
Grady is also one of his receivers this time, as Denard stands tall in the middle and fires to Hemingway. So it's incomplete. Hemingway the target on that play.
Jamoris Slaughter, the safety, matched up one-on-one with the big target in Junior Hemingway. Pretty physical coverage. He gets away with it, and he was all over the big receiver.
Third and 9. Looks back toward the crossing pattern this time underneath. And tiptoeing down the sideline for a touchdown, T.J. Jones, the sophomore from Gainesville, Georgia. I mean, that's pretty remarkable that the longest drive for Michigan's 4 plays here tonight. Play action. Still standing. Strength. Completes it to Hemingway. He's headed for the end zone in a foot race. Can he make it? He cannot, because Robert Blanton, the corner, was able to come at an angle and manage to batter him offside. But look at the strength of Denard Robinson on this play.
Well, this is great, because it tells you everything about Notre Dame. Their approach this week, let's stop Denard Robinson. Don't let him get outside. They do a good job of containing Lewis Moore's right there. He just can't pull him down. He's got his jersey, he's got his ankle, he's got everything. Denard Robinson's lower body strength the key, and also Junior Hemingway not giving up on the play.
Now they try to run a sweep, and Michigan does a job, and they can't get the corner turned because the Irish were able to string it out. Rolling right, looking for end zone, keeps it, 5-4, reaches end zone, just short. Just short of the end zone.
That's
got him at the fullback spot. They give it right to him, and he's stuffed. Fumble picked up. Robinson, touchdown, Michigan.
just like it was
just
drawn
like
up.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh yeah, that was part of the deal there. Hopkins gets drilled at the line of scrimmage, gives up the ball, bounces one hopper to Denard Robinson, walk into the end zone. Get this thing within 10 points. Game on.
Is that the fourth play of that drive? Mr. George Hill, ever on the stats over there. That's ties their longest drive in number of plays tonight. Got lots of time as you take a look Ever alert. 16 for 6. And back in as the running back now is Sierra Wood. They roll in that direction. It's 2nd down and 10. So let's take a look at tonight's good hands play. Wood behind the right side. Flashes to daylight and the stop by Hawthorne. Brandon Hawthorne drawing some playing time. They're going to try to run for it here, and they throw him for a loss. That is Hawthorne again. So the young man from Pahokee, Florida, which is out west of the West Palm Beach area, brings a little speed to the dance, and watch what occurs here.
Yeah, he can play pretty good high school football down at Pahokee, and he times this up perfectly. That's the thing you have to really appreciate about this Michigan defense, learning Greg Madison's scheme. It's new to them, but they're timing it up perfectly and disguising the pressure when they're coming.
Play action. Now they drop it off underneath to the fullback. There is a Bo Schembechler play. John McColgan. That's a position filled. 1st down and 10 now for the Wolverines. And Denard keeps it. Beautiful little play action. Fell in there right behind Smith, forcing Harrison Smith to make the stop. Denard lofts it one-on-one, end zone, touchdown, Gallen. Robinson's 2nd touchdown pass of the day. And the Wolverines can pull to within 3 with an extra point.
Brent, when I saw him initially throw this, I thought, what are you doing? Gray has him blanketed, but he intentionally threw it behind his receiver so he could see the football and adjust back to it. And it's the 2nd time Gary Gray could not find the ball in coverage. Hemingway got him earlier, and this time it's Gallen adjusting back to the ball for the touchdown.
Big going for the end zone, incomplete. And a penalty flag is going to be called. TJ was there in the end zone, and the penalty is going to go apparently against Michigan.
Number 5 on the defense. The penalty occurred in the end zone. The ball would be placed at the 2-yard line.
Avery.
1st and goal.
Courtney Avery. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, give Brian Kelly some credit here for continuing to come up to the line and giving the quarterback time to make the adjustments at the line of scrimmage. I really don't see the call. I mean, Avery's out there battling for the football. That's a 20-yard penalty that'll move the football even deeper into Michigan territory. But they brought the blitz. It's man-to-man, and this time he decided to go after Avery, the sophomore, in one-on-one coverage. The ball was underthrown, and Avery did all he could there. I really didn't see pass interference.
Neither did Brady Hoke. And he's letting them know about it right now. Woods the running back. Fumble. Ball's loose. Michigan. Just as you pointed out, another turnover in the red zone.
Brett, I think he's saying that his arm was coming forward, but I think as he was reaching back, he had Floyd one-on-one. He was going to go to the fade for a potential touchdown, and lo and behold, as his arm starts to come forward, no, that ball is out of his hands. That is a fumble. That's Michigan's football, and that is a 4th turnover tonight. That's 9 in the first 2 weeks for Notre Dame's offense.
Now the Wolverines, we'll see if they can capitalize. 5 minutes to go, so you would not think this is 4-down territory. So this is 2nd down coming up here. Coming out for the one, going deep, double coverage, and it's grabbed at midfield. Denard Robinson and Hemingway makes the catch, but we've got another penalty flag back by the line of scrimmage, but this time Michigan players are not going back inside the 5. They're coming up to the football here. There is a penalty flag. Going to be roughing the passer.
Yep, it's late hit on Denard Robinson.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. 89 defense, 15-yard penalty.
Lewis Moore roughed Robinson.
Denard Robinson just waited for this play to develop, and he actually just threw it up into double coverage. By throwing that football, Lewis Moore comes in late. Look at this. Look at this coverage here. You got two safeties bracketing the receiver, and neither one's able to find the football. Harrison Smith on one side, Zeke Mata on the other. He just puts it up there, and once again, his receiver on an underthrown ball adjusts back to the football for a catch.
Ball spotted at the Irish 30. Denard, far side, one-on-one. This time it's intercepted. Irish ball on the 20-yard line as it's picked off by Robert Blanton.
It's the first time tonight that we've seen a Notre Dame defensive back find the football in coverage. Bob Diaco has to be saying, thank you.
Wood picks his way for about 3 yards, and Demmons has been very active as a linebacker for the Wolverines.
Try to be aggressive when you're expecting a conservative approach.
Puts it up here for a first down. Riddick's got it just short of the 30-yard line. Let's check in with Reese in the studio. Yeah, exactly. Coming back, but USC 17-14 and stuffed. Nothing doing on that play. The clock down to 3:06, and the Irish will be forced to punt it away.
Jake Ryan is a freshman from Westlake, Ohio, and a good-looking player, 90. You see how quickly he came around? Nobody even picked him up, but he was able to close in that time, and Wood didn't have a chance. Great job of getting around the tight end Eifert, and Ryan, along with a host of other Michigan defenders, makes a big play.
Michigan ball on their own 42-yard line with Denard Robinson, Vincent Smith alongside, and Robinson keeping it all the way out near midfield. And this will be second down.
Oh, Michigan.
Quarterback draw, keeps it, trying to get the first down, and this one's going to depend on where they spot the football.
But I will say, watching him Thursday in practice, he's got a leg.
Denard fires, got it, complete. Brady, his first reception of the evening, the former basketball player, going to the far side, and now the Wolverines are in business. He gets out of bounds after a 27-yard gain.
And a great
Denard Robinson. Pulls out and rolls the right. He's going to throw back to the left to set up a screen. It's Vincent Smith, one of the plays they practice in the game plan. He's loose. End zone. Michigan leads it. The Irish will have 1:12 to work with. They certainly don't want a celebration penalty.
This is a great call because of your concern of this guy right here rolling out. Watch the linebackers and watch the safety. Everybody's going to flow here, and then they get the ball thrown back to the other side. The patience here, look at the defense flowing to the right. They get everybody out of position. A great move right there by Vincent Smith, and then he had the blocks downfield. Darius Fleming was in position to be able to make the play. Vincent Smith sneaks out the back door. Right there, Fleming had a chance to make a play. Vincent Smith makes him miss, and then he had a convoy to lead him into the end zone. Great call by Al Borges, and a nice job of saving that play for late in the game.
Denard Robinson told us that Vincent Smith is one of the toughest players on this team, and he means tough. Even though he's only 5'6", he says if he has to block for me, he can flat out do it. I trust him anytime. But he's from South Florida, and Vincent Smith takes it in.
Pahokee, Florida.
And you know the Wolverines are thinking about number 3. Fires under pressure, goes 3 and just overthrew him, and there's a penalty flag, however. J.T. Floyd, and there's a lot of time left. Hang on, he went with 3.
And J.T. Floyd just grabbed a hold of his jersey, and he's thinking, I'll take a pass interference call before I end up giving the game-winning touchdown up.
Number 8 on the defense. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Everybody in this stadium, everybody watching at home, Brent, you mentioned it. If he's isolated, they're going to get the ball to him. He grabs it early, and then he just reaches up right there and gets his entire jersey. I'm surprised he didn't.
3rd and 5, 36 seconds, and 1 timeout. Middle. Touchdown, Riddick. The Irish regain the lead. Breeze drives in the field with just over a minute remaining. Now Denard Robinson will have 30 seconds to work with. For Robinson, Hemingway was used on a Hail Mary package that they practiced the other day. Robinson steps away, fires on the run, incomplete. On the move, Gallen overthrew him a little bit. So the time now, 23 seconds. Second and 10. Steps away from the pressure, fires downfield, wide open's Gallen. They left him alone, needs a block. Now he's in a foot race. Out of bounds at the 15, and there's 8 seconds to go.
Well, we just saw the Michigan defense make some mistakes, and this time, even though they're in that Hail Mary formation, Brent, you said it, they just lost Gallen. Didn't even pay attention to him. They were locked into the middle of the field, thinking he may just throw it up to Hemingway, but he does a good job of improvising and eventually finding Gallen hanging off out to the right all by himself. Just purpose, take the snap, slide to your right, get it in the middle of the field, and call a timeout.
Starts Smith in motion. He's going to throw for it. He's got to throw it to the end zone. Lobs it up, one-on-one, caught! Michigan, touchdown! I can't believe this! Roy Roundtree. There's a penalty flag thrown at the 2-yard line. Touchdown is the call on the field with 2 seconds remaining. It counts. With 8 seconds on the clock, Michigan went for it. On a night that they honored Desmond Howard, you can't forget 4th and 1 with Elvis Gerbach, and Desmond Howard burned the Irish. And tonight, it is Denard Robinson.
Once again, one-on-one to the outside. Roundtree is locked up, and we have seen this time and time again with Gary Gray down in the end zone, getting lost in coverage. He was pushing back and forth with Roundtree. An amazing call by Al Borges to show the confidence and to take this chance here. I thought they would just position it for the game-tying field goal to get it into overtime. Instead, they take a chance and put it up there. Look at Gray. Head is turned. Doesn't know where the football is. Roundtree has possession. It looked like it came loose there at the end, but I thought he had the football right there. It looks like he has a foot down, and it looks like that should be a touchdown.
28 seconds.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
3 touchdowns have been scored here in the final minute and 12 seconds. 2 by the Wolverines and 1 by Notre Dame. Roundtree's first catch of the game. 114,000. A record crowd in the big house. And I don't think one of them, folks, has left. Last year, Denard Robinson, 502 yards of total offense against the Irish, and Herbie this year, 446. That's 948 total yards of offense in 2 years on the ground to run the clock out. Slips down. picked up, loose ball, end zone, dives, going through the end zone, game over. Folks, you have just seen an instant classic. Denard Robinson and some of the other players are going up into the student body here in Ann Arbor. Two good friends. They competed in the MAC. Brady was at Ball State. Coach Kelly was at Central Michigan. Let's go down below now to Aaron Andrews.
I just want to get, first of all, your reaction to those final two plays by your quarterback.
Well, obviously it's great to win a football game, you know, and they fought hard, our kids fought hard. We got a lot to work on, I can tell you that, because we had no flow offensively, major part of the game, and defensively we got to play a lot better.
Let me ask you one more question about...
It's good to win, though.
I was going to say, you're so composed, Brady. One more question about your offense. It was like a tale of two halves. What was the difference for the offense, especially in the passing game in the second half?
Well, you know, we dropped some balls earlier that would have kept us a little more consistent. We'd have had some good things going. But, you know, we just never got in sync as much as we'd like to. But we will. We're going to work it.
I know you said you have some things to work on, but it's a historical night. Your first win in this rivalry. I mean, how do you put this win into words right now?
Well, it's a great win for Michigan, you know, and we've got so many great players who have played here and played in this rivalry. It's just a lot of fun. We're excited.
All right, Brady, thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. And you just like Brady Hoke. He's just a likable guy.
Oh,
and you could be so happy, but you've got to feel for the other fellow. Yeah. Notre Dame, they came here and they stood tall after that tough loss, traded blows, and a heartbreaking loss as they head back to South Bend.
You can draw up a game plan, and then you've got to go out and execute and contain the most electrifying player in the country, and Denard Robinson. And they did that for the most part, but at the end, Robinson just would not be denied. He made the plays and took advantage of his opportunities for a second straight year, taking the Irish and making them pay.
Michigan wins at 35-31. 114,804 were here tonight, and more will say they were.